Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping in. And one of my previous videos, I had made these doilies and I said I would show how I made them. And today someone had left a message in the comments saying they would like to learn how to make them. So here's my video on how to make them. I will show you some that I have made so you can see all the possibilities. This is not all the possibilities. There's endless possibilities. This is from a paper bag. I have some scrapbook paper. Isn't that gorgeous? More scrapbook paper. Whoops, am I in? I had to move my camera to be able to fit the thing in that I use, and so I'm kind of off on my where I put things. This is a book page. This is from Atlas. So that one is two-sided, so is the book page one. Most of my papers that I found were not two-sided. This is from one of those coloring books. Makes a really pretty doily. And I did some music paper. And I did a piece of braille paper. I wasn't sure how that would work with all the bumps, but I don't know if you can see, but it turned out really pretty. And this one's really pretty. I messed up on this one though. I put it down wrong, and so I ran out of paper. So you have to really be careful that you get it centered. I can still use this, part of it for decorating things and stuff. So it's not a total loss, but I can't use the whole doily. So this is what I am using. It's a Martha Stewart Circle Edge Punch, and this is the starter kit. The price on here says $35.99. I got it at a garage sale. People were moving, and I got a bunch of craft stuff, and the whole bunch just cost $5. So I know I didn't even pay $1 for this. They are discontinued, but you can find them on Poshmark and eBay. I think on Etsy I found some. I wasn't sure, but I know eBay and Poshmark I saw some. The starter kit comes with one punch, which is this design, which is really pretty, but they make different ones. I would like to get different punches to try. Okay, so how you use it. These are magnets here. And so you have to get your magnets in the right spot. And this is a magnet. And that holds your paper down. And this turns the paper. You can set the dial. Move these. The smallest, hopefully you can see that. The smallest is 6-inch, but you can go as big as 12 inches. So you have to set this arrow with the size doily you want. And then on the end, you have to set this to the size doily you want. The only problem I have had with it is this thing is really hard to turn on mine. I don't know if they're all that way or if it's just because this hasn't been used very much. Maybe as I use it more, it'll get easier. I don't know, but excuse me, that's the hardest thing. Okay, so now to show you how it works. You have to cut your paper a little bigger than what your doily is. On this one, I had my paper big enough, but I didn't have my paper centered. I thought I did, but I didn't. So you have to center your paper here. Usually I try to just make my paper bigger to where I don't have to worry about centering it. But like on this one with the butterfly, I did fairly well centering it. This one, you can see the wing goes over a little further than this one, but it's pretty good. So most of mine, you don't have to center them. So let me grab. This is a picture I got out of a gardening book. I'm going to do a 7-inch doily. I've not done a doily with a shiny picture like this. We'll see how it goes. Now, the thicker your paper, the harder it is to push. So what I usually do instead of centering it, and this is where I messed up before on that one, I usually line my paper up so it's like with this here. because I know if it's going to, the design's up here, so I know if it goes beyond here. I lined it up here, I think, is what I did, instead of lining it up there that time. So I just line it up there, make sure it's kind of centered on each side. Then you just have to kind of put this down until it clicks. There, now it's on because it doesn't move around. Same with this, you put it on until it clicks, and then you just push. And turn. And push and turn, and you keep going until you get back to where you started. It doesn't, I mean, I have to use two hands to push it. Maybe if I was not doing it on camera, I might be able to do it with one hand. I don't know, but I have to reach over so far. I can't remember when I've done it before, if I had it like right up next to me, if I still had to use two hands or not. Probably depends on how strong your hands are. And I should make a bunch of different ones and put in my Etsy shop. I don't know if people would be interested in them or not, but they're unique. I had to move stuff out of the way here because the papers kept bumping everything. Thing nice about this is if you have scrapbook paper that you're using for a journal, you can make doilies to match your paper that's in your journal. There. Hopefully it's not glaring too much. Isn't that pretty? The other thing nice about this is it catches all the scraps. So you don't have a mess all over your counter or table or whatever you're using, except if you're like me. I went to pick it up to change the size and forgot all the pieces were in there and dumped them all over the place anyway. Okay, so let's try something else. Let's see here. Okay, this is from a fairy tale book, I think, or Grimm's Fairy Tales. Let's see. I don't know if I can get Snow White's face. Probably can't put it in the middle. Let me see. Let me move it down to 6. Moving it down to 6 is easy here, but up there, once I get to 6, it's hard to move it to 7 or 8 because I just have to really pull. Let's see. I'm not sure if it'll fit or not. We shall try it and see. Make sure her head is kind of in the middle. I don't know. We'll see. I might cut part of it off over here. I don't know if I have enough room. There. Now it's in place. We're experimenting here, so we'll see. I probably should have just tried to get all the other little kids in there instead of trying for Snow White. That's not going to make it. Bummer. Close. Like in my little mini journals that I did, the brown paper bag ones, I had to cut them down a little bit anyway because they were a little bit too big. Yeah, it's not going to make it. Again, I might be able to use part of this doily though. There. Yeah, here it got cut off a little bit. And over here. But I still could use part of it. Alright, let's see what I have next. Just have some scrapbook paper. Again, I'm going to line it up here, kind of get it in the middle. This is kind of addicting because it's fun to see how they turn out because, of course, they all look so different. But I would like to get some different designs of this. I think that would be fun to try. Kind of like, I feel like I'm playing with paper when we cut out the snowflakes. It's like you cut them out and you're anxious to see how it's going to look when you unfold it and see what it's like. All my scrapbook paper that I found is only one-sided. I was hoping I'd find some two-sided. But you're going, oh my goodness, I got stuff falling. I guess the vibration of me pushing down on this is making things move around. One more. Oh, I forgot to set my timer, so I have no idea how long I've been doing this. That's pretty. That would look good in a vintage journal, wouldn't it? Let's see what else I pulled out. Let's do this paper. I'm going to try and move this to 7. I don't know. Let's see if I have any luck. I had to get a knife out earlier. Like I said, that was my only negative thing about this. It goes from 6 to 8 to 6 to 8, and trying to get it to 7. Hey, I got it to 7, yay. And I'll move this to 7. Might try to put, let's see if I could put that flower kind of in the center, but then I don't know if my paper is going to be big enough. We're experimenting, so we will try it. It's going to be close. Ooh, that was really close. Oh my goodness, I got stuff falling all over the place. I'm so sorry. Didn't happen when I was experimenting with all these. I'm gonna have to go digging on my floor and see what fell over there. It's really easy to use. I say that and then I have trouble with that one. Oh, I guess it was down and I just didn't think it was. Because I'm kind of reaching over here and that's kind of hard. I think I'm going to recut that one. So I'm not getting a good angle at where I'm standing. Redo that one at the end. Right after I say it's so easy to use, then I have trouble. I'm going to pull this closer to me and get that one spot. There. Like I said, reaching across was kind of hard. I didn't get it quite in the center, but it's close. And we'll do one more. How about no, I don't want to do that one. Let's do this scrapbook paper. I have noticed too, it's kind of like with like the scissors and things, if you have really thin paper, it doesn't cut as well. And I've seen that with other punches and like I said, the fancy scissors and stuff. If it's too thin, the paper tends to tear. I know I did music paper before, but this is music scrapbook paper. It's not actual vintage sheet music or anything. I just can't believe how cheap I got this thing. And the lady had never used it. It's still in its box without ever having been used. Okay, the last punch. There. Dump this so I don't dump it all over my floor like I did before. Then this comes with a cover to cover up the magnet. If I can get it on, there we go. And then I just keep it stored in its box. So there's some different sizes. So that's the 6-inch. That's a 7-inch. And that is an 8-inch. So you can layer them. Look how pretty that would be. So yeah. Oops. Like I said, I've got it in a different spot. It's hard to... Yeah. So let me show again. So 8-inch, 7-inch, and 6-inch. Thank you for watching, and you have a wonderful day today. Bye.